Alright, so I'm here with Mitch Medford. I'm still at Bloodshed Motors, working on this Lincoln. This is the motor, so I just wanted to get a quick explanation of this motor that's going to be in the Lincoln.
Alright, Nathan, there's two kinds of electric motors that we use in cars. There's DC motors and AC motors. This is a dual-core AC high-performance racing motor. That means that inside this case, if you want to step around, you can see it here. Inside this case are two separate AC motors. Each motor needs three-phase power. That's why you see two sets of three lines. So each motor gets its own power source. It also means we'll have two inverters. You use a controller on a DC motor, you use an inverter in an AC motor because the battery power is always DC and the inverter turns it into three-phase power. And so other than that, at the end here you'll see this is shafted out with a spline. This is literally just like a gas engine in the sense that this is the motor spline out. This will turn the transmission, or you could even do a direct drive shaft right out of it. And it's an oil bath because it's an ultra high performance motor. This motor will produce 420 horsepower and about 600 foot-pounds of torque at the 400 volt level that we're running it at. You can run it as high as 700 volts. We chose not to because not only is that a much more dangerous voltage, but the parts for dealing with that kind of voltage are a lot more expensive and difficult to find. But at those numbers, 420 horse, 600 foot-pounds of torque, what's really interesting is you get that almost immediately, like RPM 1, right? So it's an immediate thing. But what's really cool is this motor will produce those numbers to over 9,000 RPM. Something you can't get with a gas motor.
Awesome. So the big question I guess a lot of people are going to ask is how far can they go on this motor at this point, roughly?
Well, range has nothing to do with the motors. It's all about the battery capacity. And the Lincoln is going to have a 53 kilowatt hour battery. And that will realistically give them somewhere between 100 to 125 miles of really, driving. Like,
right.
Not trying to just coast downhill and not take off at red lights. But
Awesome.
all right.